Yes.
Thank you for joining the Beautifully Blended Love Team, by the way. I'm Anisha.
My name is Darius.
That's what he say his name is. Alrighty. So, this topic is also one of those topics that a lot of people can relate to. And it can be a very serious topic because when children are involved and you have parents that are bouncing all over the place, it can be very confusing for your children. So this topic is about absent parents or halfway absent parents or part-time wannabe parents, and how do you handle those type of parents? For the most part, when it comes to any, even major decisions, for example, when it came to cell phones,
Right.
Even though the kids are with us in this household, for those parents that are active and are in their children's lives daily, we don't just make decisions, because this is our house and they live under our roof. No, out of respect, we still say, hey, how do you feel about, us, getting a phone? Or how do you feel if we allow such and such to do whatever? That way the other parent, even though they're not inside the household, they're not an absent parent.
They're still in the loop.
Exactly.
They know what's going on.
Yeah, we can all communicate and say, hey, we're going to do this to that or whatever. It's to the point so we all get along so well to where if we want to, have a party or something for one of the kids, whatever they're doing, we can all do it together. Also brings us to, those parents that may not be so active and how to deal with those parents or the ones that want to give a hard time and how we respond to that as well. Do you want to take off anywhere here? You have anything to say so far?
When it comes down to absent parents?
Yeah, or halfway parents.
Well, to me, I always look at it like this because I have some experience myself as a child. So you got to let the child eventually have to make that decision when they get older. So the worst thing you can do as a parent is to prevent that child from seeing the other parent, right? Because once the child get older, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he wasn't around all this time. Now you hanging around him and you communicate with him more. Hey, eventually, when the time comes, they're gonna have to sit down and have the conversation. Why you wasn't there and all that whole conversation. And guess what? The guy better have, or the mother better have an answer when that time comes. It could be 10 years from now. It could be 20 years from now. 40, 50 years. Who knows? Right? So it's best for the child to, experience both if they can. If it have to be courts involved, then allow that to happen. But I think both parents should be kosher enough to, the child comes first at this point. Y'all not in a relationship anymore. So, let's co-parent, get it over with. You go your way, I go my way, and go from there.
Well, how did you feel when, with me having 4 children, and usually you hear about all the baby mama, baby daddy drama and all this other stuff. I mean, how did you feel? Did you have any concerns initially, thinking you was going to be caught up in drama?
Yeah, in the beginning, because I'm like, oh, Lord, what I got myself into, right? So, and I know that you expressed to me before that, it's not like that. You don't.
All mine is under control.
Yeah, I
ain't got no unresolved issues.
That ain't happening. You still mess around one on, or you guess that just ain't happening, right? But yeah, it's not. And she does very well with the communication with them. I don't have any issues, But what I did, as the fathers were picking up, whoever they was picking up. I stopped, hey man, how you doing? My name Darius, I just wanted to, meet you, and say, I always see you riding around picking up, but I just wanted to, introduce myself, let you know who I am. Respectful, man to man, and that's just what it is. We men first.
Exactly.
Before we fathers.
And that makes a big difference, I believe, because normally I believe most men, when it comes to their children being involved with other men, or the mom has gotten in a relationship with another guy, I think most men feel like, oh, this new dude, trying to cause trouble, or this new dude, they always think it's gonna be some type of drama. So, like you said, take the time to say, hey, my name's such and such. just wanting to meet you, if anything, whatever.
Yeah, I went out to them, so it's not like, I wasn't on that, hey, baby daddy, no, I ain't on that, man. Just introducing myself,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not here to, your kids already know who you are.
Exactly.
And y'all already established that relationship, right? I'm not trying to replace you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to replace you. You already made that impact, that role in their life. If anything, I'm just trying to enhance it. And if I could teach them something along the way, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, now also, there are some parents that are dealing with parents that hop in the picture every now and then. And when they hop in the picture, those every now and then, they want to actually feel like they can dictate certain things and, demand certain things or demand to see your child. And, like, at what point do you say, look, enough is enough? You barely see them. You barely come around. You don't do anything. You don't provide anything. But the few times you come around, you want to act like you're just pop of the everything.
Don't allow it.
Yeah.
Because once you start to allow that, then they're gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah.
But once you stand the ground, and you're not gonna come around here with all that foolishness. Then they're gonna understand it. I ain't coming around here with all that.
Yeah, it's like you either are gonna be in these kids' lives or you're not.
Right.
Either gonna sacrifice the way the other parent is sacrificing, or you're not. All that hopping in because wait, it's the holiday. Oh, it's your birthday. Right. You want to pop in on the birthday party or pop in on Christmas or whatever and try to...
Parent of the year.
Yeah, parent of the year.
Yeah, parent of the year.
Meanwhile, people around here tired or not, sick or well, aggravated or not, going through it or not, making daily sacrifices, to raise their children or step-parents, that don't have to do it. That's sacrificing to raise children. And then you have a dad... or in some cases, you have a mom want to step in and take the easy part. Buy a gift here or there. Pop in for a holiday again or a birthday here and there. And the hurtful thing to those parents that make the sacrifices day in and day out is sometimes those kids want to give that absent parent all the praise. Oh, my daddy. Or if it's a mom that's absent, oh, my mommy, that whole thing. And sometimes us parents can get in our feelings like, well, I'm the one who do everything. Yeah. I'm the one who whatever.
Yeah.
But you cannot let it bother you. The kids don't look at it that way. These children are missing what they don't have. It's that not knowing, I guess.
Yeah, it's the absence. It's the absence that they miss, and the fact that they finally got that attention that they been seeking from that parent. It's more of a sacrifice. They subconsciously they know what you do. The one that's there all the time, they know what you do, so it's more like a nonchalant, well, my mom always do that for me.
Yeah.
So now the fact that, daddy or vice versa, if mommy don't do that as much for me, so, she did that for me, I'm excited. So, yeah, so don't take it personal.
And how do you feel, like, at any point, is it okay to say, you know what? Let's say there's a step-parent involved. And this step-parent has been in these children's lives since they were, let's say, newborns, And the stepdad or the stepmom is the one who raises that child as their own, And then you have, again, that absent parent that hops in every now and then. Is it ever okay to say, listen, no?
For the parent?
No, to the sperm donor.
You mean for the step parent to say no?
No, for the sperm donor to say, for the real parent to say no to the sperm donor. No, you can't just pop in. Like, you can't play with my child's emotions. Just pop in, for a holiday and try to take them, or just pop in or whatever. Is it okay to say no and not feel bad? Like,
yeah. Yes, but then also you don't want to. It's rough because then you don't want to be seen like, oh, you're the bitter baby mama, or you're the bitter baby daddy. It's so many holidays in a year. What's one?
Yeah, and not to say it's about being a bitter baby mama, bitter baby daddy. It's like, listen, do you not understand the sacrifices of what being a parent is all about? For you to then only be able to pick what days you choose you want to be a parent.
Well, that's I believe so. That's when, you know, before the year starts. So like say December 30th, January 1st comes around, right? So you pick the holidays, you know, which days that you want that you're gonna have the child, and then let them pick maybe 1 or 2 holidays where they're gonna have the child. So it comes from a compromise right in there. So it's not like a pick and choose. They already know what days they're gonna have. Otherwise than that,
Well, see, no, you can do that when it comes to the parents that are in the child's life regularly.
Yeah.
But for the ones you cannot communicate with like that, or you don't communicate with, and you never know when they're gonna pop up and show, and all that, you can't do that with them.
yeah.
And who's to say, hey, let's have this conversation. What day do you think you want to be a dad? You want to be a dad on Christmas? You want to be a dad on Thanksgiving? What holiday would you like to be a dad on today?
Yeah, true.
No.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the whole, you ain't there 340 or 50 days out the year. But, you know, you get to, no, I just don't, it doesn't sit right with me. And it ain't got nothing to do with being a bitter baby mama, a bitter baby daddy. It just doesn't sit right with me that you pick and choose
What day? When you want to be a father.
you want to be a father, or if again, if it's a woman, when you want to be a mother.
Right.
Meanwhile, again, you have parents and step-parents out here that's going all in regardless of what's going on. What if we don't want to be a parent today? What if we want to just go chill today without kids?
Right.
You know? And those parents that are in it, no matter what, they don't get those choices.
Right.
But then you have some parents out there, you wouldn't even know they had kids. But we want to give them that respect to say, hey, sure, go ahead and take them for Christmas. Go ahead and take them for Thanksgiving. Show them just how great of a parent you are on Christmas and Thanksgiving, and just bring them back, and maybe you'll see them again in a couple months. Whenever you're ready, no problem. At some point.
Yeah, I mean, and you do. So that's I think that's where you have to. You have to come with a compromise down and make it work, or you have someone telling you when you're gonna come and see these kids. You get what I'm saying?
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying completely. You know, they don't dictate. Like it's like birthdays. You didn't see me all year. Then
I'm gonna hop up with this big toy on your birthday.
You'll come with this big behind toy like you did something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No.
know? So it's just like, I mean, it's tough, you know. And at the end of the day, it's the kid that's gonna suffer at the end.
Yeah.
You know, so the parent with the level head and is usually the one that's always with the kid. You know, you have to take that to the chin.
I guess so. I'll take it to the chin.
You have to take it to the chin. Otherwise, I mean, because you don't want to shed any bad light on the other parent, even though, I mean, it is what it is, you know. But your child would know who was there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so because usually what happened is, oh well, because your mama was tripping, you know, or your daddy was tripping, so I couldn't be around like that, you know. I had other things going on, right? Good. So now you can't when that conversation have to be, oh, mama wasn't tripping.
Well, you wasn't finna play in and out of my kid's life.
Right. Mama wasn't tripping. Daddy wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? Your ass was tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, you didn't take no accountability of what you was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to play your own game. So now you don't have any, you know, backup, or not say backup, like you don't have no response.
Yeah.
No rebuttal,
Yeah.
you know. And so these are the prime example of when kids, you know, whatever they be, however they turn out, however they turn in life, either they become great doctors, lawyers, successful in society, there's always the ones that was there. There's always the ones that was there reaps it. You know, Papa ain't getting nothing. Mama ain't getting nothing. And then when they get, and if the child gets soft, soft-hearted and be like, you know what? I know you wasn't there, but here's a little something. But it ain't gonna be what Mama got. It ain't gonna be what Daddy got.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? But I give you something because you was there. But sometimes I ain't give you nothing. You be like Jesus Shuttleworth.
Did you give me your time, your undivided attention?
Mm-hmm.
No. Now another thing, I think I talked to you about this a few days ago, but I do want to share it because I was making that mistake, and I'm not sure. I'm sure other parents make that mistake, and then too, hey, it may just be my personal opinion. Here's another disclaimer: these are just our opinions, and right now this is just one of my opinions. You know my opinion
About what?
I'm gonna tell you. So, one thing I used to do when one of the kids would get in trouble, when they were a little younger, I would say, you know, I'm gonna tell, because they're like afraid of dad, even though, you know, let's say dad wasn't really around. But I would only say, well, I'm gonna call your daddy. You're in trouble, I'm gonna call your daddy. And again, that daddy was absent anyway, barely come around. But because you know that child, you know, is always wanting to see dad or whatever, you try to put that fear in them. Well, I'm gonna call your daddy then if you're on this, or I'm gonna call your daddy if you're on that. And it didn't come to me until recently that when I was doing that, threatening to call somebody else outside of our household, that I was pretty much saying to my child, look, don't respect me, but respect that man that really ain't here. That's who I want you to respect, because I'm going to call him if you get in trouble. And in a child's mind, you're making that child think, oh, yeah. That's the only person I'm supposed to respect.
I never noticed that you was doing that.
Well, that was prior to you. I just said when they was little.
Oh, okay.
And I know a lot of parents do that.
So, let me ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do the same thing to me.
What? Oh, in the household now?
Yeah, in the household, you'll be like, if you don't behave or you don't do such and such, I'm gonna call Darius down here, or
I'm gonna send you up there with Darius.
I'm gonna send you up with Darius. Or I don't want to sit with Darius. I don't want to sit. So
why do I do that?
You do it now. So
well, yeah, I do it now. And when I do that with the boys, it's more so because some type of way, and it could just be the mamas because that's moms, we be soft, but they have more respect for Darius at times than they do with me. That's just what it is. Or they know when Darius say, look, sit down somewhere, they know it's time to sit down somewhere. And there's times when mommy say sit down somewhere, mommy's saying sit down somewhere.
Jordan.
Sit down somewhere. Didn't I say sit down somewhere? Y'all don't hear me saying sit down somewhere?
Even Rayla gets.
Yeah. But all I gotta say is, all right, Darius, can you come tell them to sit down somewhere? As soon as I say, Darius. You calling Darius mommy? They sit down somewhere. Darius ain't saying nothing, but they sit down somewhere. So when I do that with Darius, it's more so again because naturally they've grown to just respect. Look, all right, Darius said whatever, let us do it. Or, you know, and it's just like that when it comes to moms, I guess. I don't know. They just, you know, sometimes they take me serious, sometimes they don't.
Well, I believe they do take you serious. I believe so. It's just you more of a nurturer, so you have patience of. Who does have a lot of patience? Job.
Yo, Job, he did have a lot of
patience of
patience.
Job. You'll be on talk to him, talk to Jordan Prince or whoever about 20 times. Sit down, sit down, sit down. At the same tone of voice. You know, and so at some point in time, you might want to change your voice up a little bit, right? It's the whole sit down. I'm like, you ain't gonna change your voice up, and then when I come in there, have a seat.
Or get your butt up here.
Come here. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I don't have to say nothing. I just look at them, and they just go straight, you know. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not that I can't control the kids.
I'm not
saying. I'm just saying it for them.
Nah, you ain't got to do all that.
I'm just saying, some days they mind
me.
me, some days they don't. That's just the life of having toddlers.
Yeah, you don't have to do all that.
I'm just saying, it happens. Sometimes my kids don't pay me no mind at all. And like you said with Jordan, I could literally be saying, Jordan, put that down. Here you go. Jordan, this is the pen that I want Jordan to put down. Put that pen down. Literally. And here's my... Didn't I say put that pen down? But now didn't I say 3 times, put the pen down? That's Jordan. That is Jordan. But you can't laugh. Raylan does the same thing with him. And that's crazy. I just thought about it. The boys are like that with me.
Yeah.
They're more so want to take what he says. Mm-hmm. Raylan, again, our 1-year-old daughter, he can say, Raylan, get your behind here. Come here, Raylan. Get over here. Huh? She'd be like,
oh, yeah.
Huh? Get your butt over here. Huh?
Right.
And then she'll do her eyes. Huh?
Yeah. and
yeah, so I guess it all depends on what type of mood they're in.
Yeah.
And if they feel like trying to try somebody a little extra that day.
Right.
And then sometimes, like when Raylan sees he's serious, like if he about to get up, she'll come to him. Oh, I'm sorry, dog. You for real? You were serious? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm right here.
Right.
Daddy, I'm right here. Yeah, I was playing Daddy.
Yeah, I like that now.
These kids they personality is just crazy.
Yeah.
But don't let them drive you crazy. You know, so it's all fun and games, but sometimes you gotta be like, look, I'm serious. And sometimes I literally find myself saying, right now I'm serious. Because sometimes we play with them so much, and Darius even deals with that when it comes to the boys. He play with them so much sometimes, where we have to remind them, right now, I'm not playing, I'm serious.
Yeah. So, like, for instance, right, I never initiated it. It was more of Shawnee. She's more of rough. And she liked to say a lot of, because she's a teenager, so she said a lot of these love phases that everybody's like parrots. They just repeats what she says. So they have this habit of, I'm gonna punch you in the face, or I kick you. What's that? Or be quiet. And there's another one that they use. Anyway, so they use those, right? And so now we're in the process of trying to control that because they don't know when to stop playing.
Who want to play like that?
Oh yeah, who wants to play like that? And it's to a point where grandma come over, I kick you.
I'll punch you in your face.
I'll punch you in your face, you know.
Especially Jordan.
Yeah, so it's funny now, but it's not, you know. And so we have to correct that. And so we've been correcting it. So they've been doing pretty good. It's been 2 weeks now. I'm not gonna tell you how we correcting it, but we correcting it. Right.
And no, not with, you know, popping and nothing.
No popping.
With our own little creative way.
Nothing physical. Nothing physical.
But yeah, those words, you be like, you gonna punch who?
Right.
And then too, if people don't understand, and it wasn't just Shawnee. And sometimes like he would say the things to them also, not crazy, but again, that's how they play at times. And then, for example, say grandma come over for a couple days. Oh, y'all let y'all kids talk to y'all like that?
Yeah.
We gotta explain. That's just how they play. They playing, man. They playing. They playing.
Right.
But now we're seeing, what if we got in public one day? We in public. And, you know, we say something, they're like, man, what you talking about? Yeah, sometimes they be like, Prince say stuff like,
be quiet.
Be quiet. What you talking about?
But Prince says it in a way like like he have a good timing. And sometimes you just want to cringe and just come.
Bring you behind him. Didn't I tell you don't talk to me like that in public?
Yeah.
Didn't I say you don't talk to me like that in public?
But he haven't done it in public.
No,
but it's just you don't want that
to happen.
That moment, and you around all these folks, and you gotta get the googly eyes.
Yeah, so that's how we started saying, yeah, let's work on changing that, because although we understand where it comes from and they're not being disrespectful, just to us.
Right.
You know, we don't want other people to feel like we just allow our kids to disrespect us because again, it was all fun and games until we realized, hey, some people may feel like, dang, they let them kids just say anything.
Saying, yeah.
Not knowing in reality, we correct them so much with a lot of different things. Not just that, but we stay on top of them. And like we said before, we tell them all the time, we're raising young men and young women.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's what that's about. What other points that we have? You know, sometimes like I take my notes and I can't understand my own handwriting. Okay, what other notes you have?
That's it. I think we cover a lot of things.
Yeah. How about I guess to sum everything up? I mean, it is what it is. Depending on how you all feel about, you know, parents and co-parents. If you can work together to make it work, work together to make it work. It does not always have to be drama.
Right.
When Darius and I first met, matter of fact, one of my daughter's dads had a girlfriend.
You did?
Yeah. That I was close with. I was friends with.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, he doesn't understand that. He's like, how are you friends with?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have, there's no reason for it to be drama. Like, I'm done with that. Everybody done with everybody. Ain't no reason for us to not be okay. And we're still good friends today. So, you know, again, if you can make it right, make it right. It ain't got to be drama with everything.
Right.
We like to be drama free. Very easy to get along with. He's very easy to get along with.
Am I?
Very. I'm thinking if there are any other pointers outside of the co-parenting when it comes to the absent parents. You know, I guess me and Darius or, you know, other people may have different feelings on how to handle that. Parents that want to be in and out. Take that time to really think about it and pray about it. How do you want to handle that? And it may actually benefit you to think about how your child actually handles it. Does it bother your child when that parent may say, hey, I'm going to stop by, and that parent doesn't show up?
Yeah, but I think that's where you have to stop it. Mm-hmm. Because you're causing more damage than good
exactly.
to the child than you are with the relationship.
Yeah, and that sometimes you may have to make that call as mom, or if it's a, you know, absent mom, the dad may have to say, listen, you cannot continue to cause that type of mental and emotional damage to the child. You say you're going to show, you don't show. You're going to come, you don't come. So no.
Right.
Not until you're ready to get it together. You're not going to play those type of games, you know, with the child. And also, if you're a parent, a dad out there that doesn't have a steady, regular relationship with your child, please do that. That's very important. And don't say, oh, my baby mama be tripping and all that. Or whatever it is, whatever other distractions you have, and that's what it is. If you have a child and you are not involved with that child on a regular basis, you have unnecessary distractions. Nobody, no woman, no job, no career, nothing should keep you away from it. Because at the end of the day, if your child is not in your home, in your custody, that means there's another parent, I'm sure, that also has a career and also has a life that's making that sacrifice. And then for those men, or if it's an absent mom to want to come around and maybe talk junk or talk trash, when you absolutely know nothing about the sacrifice it takes to be a parent, or a step parent, don't do that. Now that's disrespectful.
Well, I find it's kind of hard, especially if you don't know what your child eating, the well-being of your child, and you go day to day.
Yeah, don't know what's going on.
How can you, like, my mental would be messed up in a way. You could go days without knowing what your child ate. What your child got shoes.
Yeah.
What your child doing? What he into? What she into? You know, what's the habits?
And also keep in mind, it doesn't take a lot to even give a 5-minute call a day. Because again, you have another full-time parent that don't have to just make a 5-minute call a day. They're 24 hours. 24 hours. And you got some parents who don't even make a call. And you're not trying to satisfy the other mom or dad. It's that child, you know?
Right.
Call them once a month or twice a month or every couple months.
That ain't cutting it.
That ain't cool.
Yeah.
So to even say, you know, you're a man, again, you're, you know, a man first or a woman first, there's no way. So.
Well, some people probably just built like that.
Well, pray about that. If you're built like that, pray about that.
There's just trauma going on in their life, so they don't know how to be parents. So.
And
if you don't, then there's so many classes out here right now for free that you can learn how to be a parent.
Mm-hmm. And if you are that full-time parent that wants that absent parent to step up more, don't badger them about it, I guess. Just pray about it.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up about it. And like you said earlier, don't talk bad about them. Just pray about it. And do what you got to do in the meantime.
Hold yourself accountable.
Exactly. Hold yourself accountable. Do what you got to do.
Yep.
Simple as that. Is that a wrap?
It's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Please engage in the comment sections. We do respond to comments.
Yeah.
We don't just look at them, give a thumbs up. We communicate through the comments. As always, give us some suggestions. Let us know how you feel about these topics, and we'll go from there.